going on, everybody? It's Kanye, and in today's video I'm bringing you the second video of my badge breakdown series. So this video is going to be doing the shooting badges. So we're going to do the same thing as we did in the first video, and if you haven't seen that yet, please go check it out. It breaks down all the finishing badges, but in this video we're going to break down all the shooting badges. We're going to create a 30 shooting badge build, go into the tester, and go ahead and just break down and rank all the shooting badges in the game, give you guys kind of a tier list and explain what each badge does in my opinion of it. And that's just the thing. Please acknowledge that this is just my opinion of these badges and how they work in the game. Obviously you can develop your own opinion, or you can use whatever badges you want. This is just advice from me. That being said too, I hope you all have enjoyed my videos so far, enjoyed the finishing badge video and any other video I've put out. This channel's continued to grow, and I'm having so much fun making videos for you guys, and I appreciate the continued support. But let's go ahead and get into the builder now so we can break down these badges. Alright, so we're over here in the build tester, looking at the shooting badges. So, as y'all saw in the intro, I'm doing a series on this. It's the second of 4. So the first video, if you haven't seen it yet, go hop over there. It'll show you the best finishing badges. This video, I'm going to go over the best shooting badges. We're going to use the same method as we did in the finishing badge video, where I rate them from no badge at all to gold. And that'll be kind of our tier list, with the gold being essential badges. And I'm going to go over each one and explain, what type of players the badge is best for, and what it does specifically. So to start, we got blinders. Blinders automatically is an essential badge, so it gets a gold rating. This should be one of the first badges you put on. It prevents side contests. So like if you break your man down and another man tries to help from the side, like if you're at the top, guy tries to jump at you from the wing, this is going to prevent him from getting a good shot contest on you. So it's a very important badge. Catch and shoot, I'm gonna give a silver rating. For all your spot up shooters, obviously an amazing badge. Boosts any shot off the catch. So has a high level of usefulness. It's gonna come up in a lot of your shot attempts if you're shooting off the catch, obviously. So that's why it gets a silver. Chef, I'm gonna give a bronze. Chef is good for your play shots. If you want to have some fun, this will help increase your chances of hitting those moving 3-point shots off the dribble. So Chef might be the badge for you if you're one of those guys like to shoot off the dribble a lot behind the 3-point line. That being said, I'm pretty sure you have to be relatively deep for it to activate, so it might not be as useful of a badge as you think. Circus threes. Circus threes also getting a bronze for me. That being said, Circus threes I think is better than Chef. Chef is almost a no badge, but for some play shots, it is a good badge to have. Circus threes is for like your faders, your hop steps, your step backs, your moving shots to the left and right. That kind of stuff is going to get boosted by Circus threes. I run Circus threes on a bunch of my guard builds. It's a great badge if you're trying to take tough shots because you can't just get your standard shots off. Circus threes helps with your tougher shots. Clutch shooter, I am going to give it a bronze. It could technically be a no badge. This badge is one of those, if you have extra badges on, and you have extra badges available and you don't really know what to put them towards, throw one on clutch shooter, because that, the level of usefulness for this badge isn't very high, but at the end of the game, if you have this on, you have a higher chance of hitting a game winner. So that's basically what it's there for. Really, it should be a no badge, but I'm going to give it a bronze just because in its situation where it is useful, it is useful. Corner specialist, terrible badge this year. The boost is shown not to be very good. Plus, all your other boost badges are much more useful and apply much more often to where you don't really need corner specialist. If you have a build with a low 3 ball, maybe throw it on, but at the same time, use your shooting badges elsewhere. Deadeye, gold, essential badge this year. Same thing as with blinders, but from straight on. So any contest from a guy that's trying to run directly at you and contest, Deadeye is going to lower that overall contest ability. So Deadeye is an essential badge. Difficult shots, we're going to give it a bronze. It's same as Circus threes, but for mid-range. So if you take more threes, don't throw on difficult shots. If you take more mid-range, throw on difficult shots. I will say a lot of moving shots from the corner end up being mid-range shots. So you might have it on from that. But either way, it's going to get a bronze badge here. Fade Ace. We're going to give it a bronze. I have a post-scoring build. I am going to put that video up soon, so stay tuned. The post-scoring build, it has a 91 post fade, and I'm able to hit without it, but when I have the badge on, it's very hard to miss. So Fade Ace is a very useful badge, but it's also very limited to post-scoring builds, so that's why it's only getting a bronze here. Green Machine, I'm going to give a silver. It's very easy to green in this year's 2K. But, you know, obviously Green Machine is, if you chain so many greens together, you get a bonus for every shot after that. So, you know, it is a good badge to have if you have extra, but it's not an essential. You know, you don't have to run it if you're a good shooter, because it's not that hard to green anyway. But as the game goes on, if you're consistently greening, it just keeps getting easier and easier. So now, move on. Hot Zone Hunter. It is an essential badge. If you play a lot on a shooting build, you've taken a lot of shots, Hot Zone Hunter is going to prove very useful to you. You know, you only really need to run it on silver. You can run on Hall of Fame, but pretty much if you're in a hot zone area, you get a very nice boost if you're running Hot Zone Hunter. So if you shoot well from all areas behind the three-point line, you're going to have hot zones everywhere behind the three-point line, and that means every three you take is automatically boosted if you have Hot Zone Hunter on, which is why it's an essential badge. Limitless Spot Up, I'm going to give it a bronze simply for catch and shoot purposes. I wouldn't recommend it on a guard that you're running the one with, but for catch and shoot, it's a very good badge. You know, if you catch it a little deeper, your point guard throws you backwards with the pass, you can still hit if you have this on. You can run it on any level. It's one of those, if you have extra badges and you're a spot-up shooter, maybe throw it on Limitless Spot-Up. Lucky 7, I'm going to give it a bronze tier. I think it's a silver tier badge, but the reason I'm putting it on bronze is because you only need it on bronze. Lucky 7 means if you take a shot within the first 7 seconds of the shot clock, you're going to get a boost to your shot. Now, I know it sounds like 7 seconds you'd have to shoot so fast inside the shot clock, but realistically, you have 24 seconds in a shot clock. So if you shoot before the shot clock hits 17, you're getting a boost. And realistically, you know, a lot of shots, if you're playing a fast-paced game, especially in park, you're going to shoot within the first 7 seconds. So it's great to have this badge on. Next, Mismatch Expert. I'm going to put this at silver. It's almost an essential, but it's primarily for your shorter point guards. You know, if you're on a play shot and you're getting guarded by a taller defender, it's going to make them harder to contest you. This reduces the penalty, as you can see, for shooting over taller defenders. So if you're on a shorter guard, this is a must-have. For your taller shooters, it's not necessarily a necessity. If you're a short power forward, like a short stretch, and you're 6'7", maybe run it just in case you get matched up against another big, like a 6'10" big. But yeah, so that's kind of the usefulness for that. Rhythm shooter, it's okay. I'm going to put it as a 0 badge just because it's not like a necessity. It's not a must-have. It's not necessarily applicable in a lot of situations. It might be good for play shots. I haven't used it very much, and since I can't really give it that good of a rating, I'm just going to leave it as a no badge. Set shooter, never use this badge. You have to pause for, I can't even remember how long it is. It might be 3 seconds before you can shoot the ball after catching it, and that's when the boost applies. By the time you're doing that, you're getting contested. So there's no point in using this badge. The one place I could see it possibly viable is if you're on a build that is really low shooting rating, or is a sleeper that no one thinks can shoot, and so they leave you open for a long time. Maybe it's good then, so you could catch it, hold it, they don't contest you, and then you shoot the ball. But otherwise, completely terrible badge. Slippery off ball. Gonna give that a bronze. It could be a silver, but I prefer to put it on bronze just because it's not completely a necessity. If you're getting off ball screens, you don't need it. It can be useful. It could, like I said, it could be a silver badge. It helps you get open off ball if you move a lot. So possibly a silver badge. I'm gonna leave it bronze. Our fourth essential badge is gonna be sniper. This just means if you don't green the shot, the higher you have sniper, the better chance you have of making it. Slight early, slight lates will go in a lot more if you have sniper on. So, you know, up that as much as you can. Stop and pop. Gonna give that a silver. Stop and pop this year, if you're dribbling and then you stop and do a standstill, that's how you get stop and pop. So like for you guys like to do snatchbacks, if you do a dribble and do a snatchback and then go into a standing shot, which is what I love to do, stop and pop is a great badge. If you like to come off a screen and get to a stop and then shoot, stop and pop's a great badge. It's one of the best badges for play shot style players. Lastly, volume shooter, I'm going to give it a silver. Obviously, there's better places you can put this. You know, this is one of those if you have extras, but it's one of the best extra badges you can have. If you shoot a lot, if you're a shot-heavy play shot or shot-heavy point guard, throw volume shooter on. If you hit a lot of catch and shoot shots, throw volume shooter on. It's really just, this badge should be placed based on the judgment of how often you get the ball and how often you shoot it. But now that we're done with all these, let's recap. So obviously, blinders, deadeye, hot zone hunter, and sniper are badges you want on any build of any type. Catch and shoot is probably right up after that. It technically could be considered an essential badge. But if you don't shoot off the catch, then maybe not. But catch and shoot is up next after those 4. Following that, I would recommend Stop and Pop, Mismatch Expert, and Lucky 7. Volume Shooter and Green Machine are good too. I know I said I would prefer Lucky 7 over these 2. And that's just because of how I play, and it's a cheap badge. It's only a bronze. Really, it could be rated an essential or even a silver, but since you only have to put it on bronze, that's why I give it a bronze. But yeah, so as far as your setup goes, let's just back all these off. And I didn't do this with the finishing, but I'm going to do this now just so you guys can get more of an idea. This is obviously on a 30 badge build. You're not going to have that, but in the order that you should do it, we're going to max blinders, we're going to max deadeye, we're going to max sniper, we're going to silver hot zone hunter, silver catch and shoot, bronze lucky 7, silver mismatch, silver stop and pop. And this right here is 21 shooting badges. If you have 21 shooting badges, you can set it up like this. With your extra 9, put them wherever you want. You know, you can max these out. You can do that. But for the average shooting build, you're going to have around 20 shooting badges. So I would say this is the kind of the build you want to go with. To wrap up, you know, I hope this was useful to you. If you've tried any of these other badges that I didn't necessarily say I liked very much, and you're like, hey, it's actually a really good badge, leave that in the comments and let me know, and I'll try it out. I kind of want to see. There's a lot of badges I haven't tested or tried, or I just don't believe are that good, and I could be proven wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. You know, when I make these videos, I'm giving you my recommendations. But that being said, you know, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Keep an eye out for the playmaking badge video and the defensive badge video. And also keep an eye out. I'm going to be putting build videos out in between. And keep an eye out for that post scoring video. I'm telling you, that build is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be better than you think. But that being said, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.